Hi everyone, welcome back to Total War Therapy, and if you're wondering which legendary lord deserves a try this Christmas, just after patch 7.0, with these campaigns you will have plenty of fun. So don't forget to subscribe if you want to support the channel, and let's begin. Hi, I'm Alberto, I'm a real person, and here you will find the beginner's guide, the battle unit roster, tier list, ranking, and many shorts. So if you want to support the channel, please consider to subscribe. The first campaign that I want to talk with you about, and in my opinion the best Norsca campaign so far, it's the campaign of Wulfric the Wanderer, that now with these Sea Fang mechanics and all the stuff worked for the faction of Norsca, believe me, it's first a completely new experience, and second, I had so much fun with that after I reach a certain point with my first campaign, I wanted to play another one. And when you have this feeling with the campaign, it means that Creative Assembly actually made a really great job. And but let's break down the campaign point by point. The first one is all the rework of Norsca, that now with the Monstrous Arcanum, and this is an important thing because you need to travel if you want to to tame all the different beasts, to make all the fights, because some of them are linked to the climate of the region, but others are linked to some specific regions of the Immortal Empires map. So you need to travel a lot if you want to reach all of them. Okay, if you want just to take all the achievements. That's why you really need a traveling mechanics, and it's said that only Wulfric got it. But in any case, it makes this campaign more unique. So it's great. Then there are all the mechanics linked to raising the settlement that will give you some powerful items, and I mean Norsca itself with all the new buildings, the new units, now it's a really great faction to play with, so no one can blame it anymore. And then, yeah, there is this Sea Fang mechanics that it's something very little, okay? It's not a very sophisticated mechanics like they did for the for Tyrion, Teclis, for the Kala, for Sile, but this little mechanics actually changes drastically the experience of a Wulfric campaign, because you will be able to go wherever you want. If there is a port and in some way you unlock the visibility of that area, you can go there, okay? And this is crazy, believe me, because you can play probably, yeah, it's one of the campaigns that you can play multiple times and still having a very different experience each time. I decided to go to Kislev, but in the early campaign you're offered the chance to go to different locations like Ultuan, I think maybe Grand Cathay and the Badlands, or maybe Nagaro, now I don't remember, but my choice of course was Kislev because I love Kislev and I love to destroy Kislev as well. And you can also make you can vassalize some factions like I did with the Catherine. So there are plenty of different strategies and play styles that you can consider. And with the Sea Fang, first you have a powerful army that is the one of Wulfric, then can reach, of course there is a cooldown to this ability, but he can reach any location where he's needed, wherever he wants. And second, you can just decide where to expand and then go away. Okay, you can even just pillage the area, take a lot of money, and then go back to your territory. The second campaign that I want to talk about, and a campaign that you should definitely try after the patch 7.0, is the one with Tyrion. At the beginning I wanted to put into this video the campaign of Teclis, because I thought that was far more interesting with the double starting location, because Teclis will start both in the Badlands and then he has the option to take a settlement also in the Ultuan, in the White Tower of Oath. And then there is all the mechanics linked to the magic, where you can recruit some powerful spellcasters, get some abilities. But at the end, I felt that compared to the mechanics of Tyrion, even if Teclis has definitely more interesting mechanics, they look like more a mini game, okay, than a real mechanics. And with the Tyrion, I can tell you that right now you can have the ultimate high health experience, and know, Tyrion was the first campaign I ever played in Total War Warhammer 2. Okay, it was one of the campaigns that I played more times, but now it was a new, unique experience for me, because with all the new mechanics for the high elves, like the patrons of the realms, and the new mechanics for Tyrion, it's completely new. First, the patrons of the realms, I already talked about this in another video, but will give you the chance to take control, at least politically, of the different regions of the Ultuan, and this will give you some powerful bonuses and buffs and so on. And this is great because you can build your thematic armies around some specific units, and I love this kind of ideas that they bring to the game. And then you have the mechanics of the champion of Ultuan, of Tyrion, that, as I said, you can actually play strategically with it. Okay, it's not just a mini game, but you can, you know, like you can go to a region full of corruption and you can use the ability for this, or you can take an army from a sea guard army coming from the ocean to make decisions that they maximize the results of your actions. And then, even if in the early campaign we can definitely say that the starting location of Tyrion, it's it's not that cool, because you will be able to fight only with other high health factions. That, I mean, it's something that I do, and just with some green skins, some vampire cost. But once you consolidate your territories in the Ultuan, you can expand wherever you want. Okay, and this offers you a wider array of possibilities. You can go to Lastria, to Nagaron, you can go to Bretonia, or to the Badlands. So you really can do whatever you want. In my case, I decided to go towards Mother Ostenkia. After her there was Morathi, and now I'm fighting with the Lidzelmen. So you have plenty of possibilities, and you can really feel you're playing the ultimate high health experience, and you should definitely give it a try. The third campaign that I want to talk about, and in my opinion the best Slaanesh campaign in Immortal Empires, is the one with the legendary lord Dekala. That, I have to say that Slaanesh, it's a very exciting faction to play with. At the end, the three of its campaigns are all great, with the mask starting in Lastria with these many different opponents that she can fight with the Nakari that starts in the Ultuan, and he or she can corrupt the entire islands of the High Hells. That it's another very awesome experience. But I have to say that I never had so much fun ever with the Slaanesh faction before Dekala. The first reason is the starting location, because you know, the south of Grand Cathay can offer some of the best maps to fight in the entire game. Now, unfortunately, there are not many worthy opponents, especially in the early campaign, so you have to wait to expand a little your territories before having a great fight with some powerful factions. But I really believe that with the coming of the Tigermen, that I always assumed that they would have started in the village of the Tigermen, but I'm not sure anymore, since now it's the region that is supposed to be occupied by Balthasar Gelt. And then with the Monkey King, that even him will come at some point, I think probably in a couple of years. But I mean, with these two new strong opponents in the south of Grand Cathay, Dekala will have a more challenging experience, and I'm really looking forward to it. Then there is the point of the building mechanics, very unique to Dekala, where basically she has to build first the camps of the slaves, where they have to work to get some particular resources that you will use to build the pleasure palaces, and then you will get some bonuses with them. And I have to tell you that I loved this kind of mechanics. It really looks like the Chaos Dwarfs building. And then yes, all the specific items and abilities that you can get through the mechanics are nice, because you can do kinda a Mother of Senkia. In this case, you can buff and debuff the allies and the enemies, and then you can unlock some powerful advancement in the technology, some items that are always welcomed in my concept of the game. So I think that overall it's a very nice campaign, and yes, even compared to Nekari and the Mask, that are great campaigns as well. Let's end the video with the best campaign for the Dark Elves after the patch 7.0. Now, Loki Fellheart back in Total War Warhammer 2 was one of my favorite campaigns, because I loved the lore and the units of the Dark Elves. I loved the lore of Loki himself, and I thought that his campaign was one of the most versatile, okay, because you were starting in Lastria, and you had plenty of options. You could go to the Badlands, to the Southlands, to the Ultuan, to Nagaro, so it was a great campaign. But in Total War Warhammer 3, at the release of Immortal Empires, I just thought that was missing something, because, his area of influence, we can say, it was quite limited to the Grand Cathay. That was not offering, that many opponents. You just got a lot of Grand Cathay factions, some Skaven, the Vampire Counts, and some Legionmen if you go deep in the south. But yes, it was not the best and the most awesome campaign of Immortal Empires. But now I can tell you that after this little rework, I think that this is one of the greatest of the entire game. The first change is that now Sea Lord Loki will be able to perform the attack from the sea. That means that he can attack, pillage, sack, raise the settlement, and then go back into the ocean instead of going onto the ground. Okay, that is great, because you can just pillage the entire eastern coast of Grand Cathay, that it's very long, without the need to, go to the ground and then back to the ocean every time. That is great, a nice addition for this lord, and also some other factions, as I said, the Wolfric, the Vampire Coast, that now they will be able to do the same. And even the Black Arcs, now they can do it. I mean, they in any case, they could not go onto the ground. But yes, now I think we have a definite definition for these mechanics. Second thing, it's the Black Arcs bonuses, that they are only for the faction of Loki, that I will try to show you what does it means. Basically, there are some traits that will be active while when the Black Arc will be in a particular location. For example, here we have that if you get this building, the Warrior Hall, and your Black Arc is in a sea region near the jungle, you will get more income from looting, sacking, and raiding. And at the same time, if you will be in a river region, you will get more weapon damage for the Black Arc Corsairs. Or here, for example, that if the Black Arc is in a sea region near Nagaron, you will get better diplomatic relationships with the Dark Elves and the ward save for all your forces and the forces within the circle of influence. And many other like that, I mean, they are not gonna change drastically the decisions that you're gonna make about where to locate the Black Arc, but it's still, I think, a nice addition, and I would like to see more things like that, even because they encourage you to expand your territories as soon as your sea territories, as much as possible. Then the third characteristics is the sea lanes. Okay, you already know how they work, and basically your lord will be able to to teleport themselves through very far regions of the map using this kind of portals. But the new addition for Lockyer is that if you reach the Eastern Islands and you manage to occupy the entire province, you will be able to use the sea lanes of Sea Lord Aeslin. That will bring you to the Ultuan, to Lastria, and to the Badlands Southlands. And we are at the last point of this campaign, that is the teleport mechanics of Lockyer. Now, Lockyer now is here in the Eastern Colonies, but I can tell you that I didn't use the sea lane to bring Lockyer here. I just brought a black arc, okay, to this area. I pillaged a little the settlements, and then I used the teleport mechanics to bring Lockyer here. Thank you for following me, and see you very, very soon.